Welcome to Sucure Biz, where we dismantle the illusions of social approval and reconstruct the solid foundations of genuine, commanding respect. We live in a world obsessed with being liked, yet we often find that the most popular people are rarely the most respected ones. There is a profound difference between being a pleasant person to be around and being a person who commands authority and deep admiration. When you constantly change your colors to fit the environment, you lose your true identity and become invisible to those who matter most. Today, we are going to walk through 5 non-negotiable secrets that will transform you from a people pleaser into a respected leader. Most people drift through life unnoticed, hoping that if they are nice enough, the world will eventually reward them with the respect they crave. But the harsh reality is that the world does not respect niceness. It respects power, boundaries, competence, and those who hold their ground. To gain this respect, you must be willing to do the hard things that others avoid and say the truths that others fear. It requires an internal compass that is not swayed by the opinions of the crowd or the fleeting trends of social validation. Let us begin with the first and perhaps most difficult principle. You must choose being respected over the desire to be liked. The desire to be liked is a biological trap, a survival mechanism that tells us safety lies in the approval of the tribe. However, when you compromise your values just to keep the peace, you signal to everyone that your own opinion has zero value. Respect is born when you are willing to endure a moment of discomfort to stand up for what you believe is right. It is the moment you say no when everyone else says yes, simply because it aligns with your internal code of ethics. People may be annoyed with you in the moment, but subconsciously, they begin to view you as a person of substance and backbone. Being a people pleaser makes you fluid and formless like water, whereas being a person of respect makes you solid and reliable like rock. You must be willing to disappoint others if it means staying true to yourself, for self-betrayal is the fastest way to lose respect. When you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being nothing to yourself, and people can sense that hollowness immediately. True leaders are rarely the ones bringing donuts to the office. They are the ones making difficult decisions that protect the team's future. Prioritize your principles over your popularity, and you will find that the right people will not only like you, but deeply respect you. This brings us to the second pillar of respect, which is consistency. This is the bedrock upon which all trust is built. Consistency is not about being brilliant once in a while. It is about being reliable every single day, regardless of how you feel. It is easy to show up when the sun is shining and you feel motivated, but respect is earned in the rain. When you keep your promises to others, and especially to yourself, you build a reputation that precedes you into every room. Trust is like a bank account, and every kept promise is a deposit, while every inconsistency is a massive withdrawal of credibility. If you are constantly late, miss deadlines, or change your mind, people will subconsciously label you as a child, not a leader. You must become the anchor in the chaotic lives of those around you, the one constant thing that never changes or falters. Consistency also means that your mood does not fluctuate wildly. People need to know exactly who they are dealing with every day. Unpredictability may be exciting in a movie, but in business and relationships, it is a liability that destroys trust and erodes respect. The most respected individuals are those who do the work when no one is watching, simply because they said they would do it. Your word must be your bond. If you say you will do something, it should be considered done by everyone who knows you. This leads us to the third secret, which is the art of setting clear, non-negotiable boundaries with the people in your life. Boundaries are not walls to shut people out. They are the gates that define where your value begins and where abuse must end. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow, what you stop, and what you reinforce through your daily interactions. Without boundaries, your energy is drained by parasites and time wasters who will take as much as you are willing to give them. The ultimate power move is the willingness to walk away from any deal, relationship, or situation that violates your core standards. When you set a boundary, you must enforce it immediately. A boundary without consequences is merely a suggestion that will be ignored. Saying no is a complete sentence, and it does not require an apology or a lengthy explanation to justify your personal choices. People respect those who value their own time and energy enough to protect it fiercely from the demands of the outside world. In an age of constant connectivity, being unavailable because you are focused on your mission is a massive signal of high status. Think of your self-respect as a garden. If you do not have a fence, people will walk all over your flowers without hesitation. When you refuse to engage with disrespect and simply hold your ground, you force the other person to reflect on their bad behavior. Now we arrive at the fourth secret, which is the undeniable power of mastering your craft and delivering exceptional results. Competence is the currency of the professional world. You can be the nicest person alive, but if you are incompetent, you lose respect. When you are the best at what you do not need to demand respect. It is given to you automatically. Mastery creates a natural hierarchy where people look to you for guidance, solutions, and leadership because they trust your proven capabilities. You must be obsessed with improvement, constantly sharpening your skills until you become so good that you cannot be ignored by anyone. Results act as a shield against criticism. When your numbers and your output speak for themselves, you do not need to argue. This level of mastery requires pain, sacrifice, and years of dedication that most people are simply too lazy to commit to. Stop talking about what you are going to do and start obsessing over the quality of what you are actually producing today. People want to associate with winners and experts, so becoming a master of your craft acts as a magnet for high-value connections. There is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can handle problems that would crush an average person, and that confidence commands respect. Finally, we reach the fifth and most crucial secret. Your actions must always speak louder and clearer than your words ever could. The world is full of talkers, dreamers, and boasters who announce their plans to everyone but never actually take the first step. Don't tell people you are worthy of respect. Show them through your behavior, your posture, your dress, and your execution of tasks. Never complain when you are disrespected. Complaining is a sign of weakness that shows you are begging for better treatment from others. Silence is often more powerful than noise. The person who speaks the least in a room often holds the most power. Let your success make the noise for you. When you win silently, people become curious, and curiosity is the precursor to respect. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one is watching, and this internal alignment creates an aura that people can feel. Small actions of character accumulate over time to build a monument of respect that no rumor or slander can ever destroy. If you want to change how the world sees you, you must first change how you act when you are all alone. These 5 pillars are not independent. They work together to form an unshakable foundation for a life of dignity and high status. Implementing these secrets will not be easy, and it will require you to kill the part of you that craves easy validation. You will lose friends who only liked you because you were compliant, but you will gain the respect of those who value strength. Imagine walking into a room and feeling the atmosphere shift, knowing that you do not need to beg for attention or approval. You become a beacon of stability in a chaotic world, and people will naturally gravitate toward you for safety, leadership, and direction. Even your enemies will come to respect you because they know you operate with a code of honor that cannot be bought. The journey to respect is a lonely road at first, but it is the only road that leads to a life of significance. Start today by examining where you are leaking power, where you are saying yes when you mean no, and where you are hiding. Stop apologizing for taking up space in the world, and start owning your environment with the confidence of someone who knows their worth. Respect is a skill that can be practiced. It is in the way you stand, the way you speak, and the way you listen. Build your roots deep in competence and integrity, and you will weather any storm that the corporate or social world throws at you. Refuse to participate in gossip or petty drama. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. And small minds discuss other people. Be like a diamond, hard, unbreakable, and valuable, not because you ask to be, but because your inherent qualities make it undeniable. Self-reflection is the tool of the wise. Ask yourself every night if you acted in a way that commanded respect or demanded pity. The moment you decide to respect yourself is the moment your life launches into a new trajectory that others can only dream of. True respect is not just about how you treat superiors, but how you treat those who can do absolutely nothing for you. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, and it is the most visible sign that you are a master of yourself. You can be part of a team while still maintaining your individuality. Do not let the groupthink dilute your unique perspective and value. Dress the part. Your appearance is the first message you send to the world before you even open your mouth to speak. Stop smiling when you are nervous or when you disagree. A neutral face is a powerful tool that forces others to seek your approval. Be warm and kind, but maintain an element of danger that says you are capable of defending yourself if the line is crossed. Study human nature and psychology. Understanding why people act the way they do gives you a strategic advantage in every interaction. Remember that you are always teaching people how to treat you, even in the smallest interactions that seem insignificant at the time. He who loses his temper loses the argument. Emotional control is the hallmark of a leader who can be trusted in a crisis. Be flexible in your methods, but rigid in your principles. This allows you to adapt to changes without losing your core identity. Reclaim your attention from the digital noise. A mind that is not distracted is a dangerous weapon that commands respect from everyone. I challenge you to pick just one of these secrets and apply it relentlessly for the next 30 days of your life. See how the dynamics of your relationships change when you stop trying to please and start trying to be effective and true. The air is thinner at the top, and it is lonely, but the view and the freedom are worth every bit of the struggle. Do not hide your scars or your failures. Owning them shows that you have lived, fought, and survived, which generates immense respect. Your integrity is not for sale at any price. Once you sell it, you can never buy it back, no matter how rich you become. You are the driver of your own life. Stop letting passengers grab the wheel and steer you into destinations you never chose. Respect is a masterpiece that takes a lifetime to paint, but it can be destroyed by a single moment of carelessness or cowardice. Bring order to chaos wherever you go. People naturally follow the person who seems to have a plan and a system for success. When you speak, make it count. Do not scatter your words like cheap confetti, but place them carefully like valuable gold coins. Harness the forces around you. Use the doubts of others as fuel, and let their disrespect motivate you to prove them wrong. You owe it to your past self to become the person you needed when you were younger, weaker, and afraid of the world. Life will hit you hard, but respect goes to the man who stays in the ring, not the critic shouting from the cheap seats. Think in decades, not days. Respect is a long-term investment that compounds over time to create a legacy that outlasts you. Define what success means to you, not what society tells you it is, and pursue that definition with ruthless and unapologetic focus. There is a silent language among respected men and women. It is a recognition of the shared struggle and the shared discipline required. Step out of the shadows of mediocrity and into the light of excellence, where there is no place to hide your true potential. Time is running out for you to become the person you were meant to be. Do not waste another second seeking cheap approval. When you finally reach the top, remember to stay humble, for arrogance is the quickest way to destroy the respect you have built. Use your respect and influence to lift others up, for the true measure of a leader is how many leaders they create. Look back at your journey with pride, knowing that you did not compromise, you did not settle, and you did not quit. Pass these values on to your children and your team, so that the cycle of respect continues long after you are gone. There is no greater feeling than the freedom that comes from knowing you are respected for who you truly are, flaws and all. Values, consistency, boundaries, mastery, and action. Memorize these 5 words and let them guide every decision you make from this day forward. The path is open before you, and the world is waiting to see if you have the courage to walk it alone. If you found value in this video, do not just watch it, live it, and subscribe to Sucure Biz for more insights. Thank you for watching Sucure Biz. Go out there, command your respect, and build the legacy that you truly deserve. Goodbye.